These ain't glorified gang or prison stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rod Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family. Man, salute to all of y'all for joining me. Salute to all of y'all that is able to catch the live, or to those of y'all that wasn't able to catch it but end up catching it later on in your day. Man, salute to y'all too. You feel me? Now, look, before I jump into this video, let me take this opportunity now to ask you, if you haven't already did it, to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show, Do Rock Creep. I would definitely appreciate it. It helps us get further into the algorithm, and I know y'all want to see us keep climbing, right? So, again, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show, Do Rock Creep. It won't cost you nothing. I promise you that. And make sure you hit the notification bell so when we do these lives, or we just so happen to drop a video, y'all be right there front and center. You won't miss a beat on nothing. I promise you that. They will alert you immediately. Okay, now, bam. Now, look, I know y'all see the title, right? And you probably was expecting me to attack a certain situation that's going on in the headlines right now, right? However, we don't do that here at the Swang Glow Podcast, not here at this roundtable. You feel me? But what I can give to the people is a true testimony from personal experience on what it's like to get booked and charged for a homicide, unaliving, right? I can tell you what the mind state of a person that is being arrested for something like this, booked and charged for it. And being in the moment of that whole experience, right? And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to break that down for the people that ain't never been through that before. You feel me? Or you probably had homies that's been through it, right? And they've given you their testimony on what they went through, if they was able to give it to you, so, you know regardless of what the story is about, it's all relative. It's all, is not just in one community. This is all throughout. This been going on through the history of time of just people being in the streets and just catching cases. So I remember um getting arrested, and I described to y'all that moment of my last day being on the streets, right? In a video that I done before. And I described to y'all how the moment when I walked into the house and I caught everybody by surprise because, like I said, that day I'm walking through these apartments where my mom's had stayed at this particular time. And I'm seeing these police cars is driving through these apartments. These are some real big apartments, right? As I'm walking through them, going back to my mom's house, I'm seeing all these detectives driving through these apartments and don't none of them see me, right? So when I walk inside the house, everybody just standing around, including the detectives, police is all up in there, right? And I walk in the house and nobody noticed me until the last minute. And when the police noticed that I'm standing there, they grabbed their guns, immediately told me to put my hands in the air, all that, right? Handcuff me, right? And they tell me to take off a jacket that I had on. So I take off the jacket that I had on and laid it down on the floor. So bam, they handcuffed me, and that's when I told y'all how they took me upstairs, and and the detectives was all up in there. The room was packed with detectives, and they had my mom standing there, and how the detective had found the duffel bag that I had. Everybody knew that I carried this duffel bag around with me everywhere because I kept all my stuff in it because I was always on the move. So I always made sure that I had uh, extra underclothes and hygiene and just all my necessities. You feel me? I was always on the go. I mean, I had shavers, toothbrushes, everything in that bag. So bam, so everybody knew that I always kept that bag, include my parole officer, because during the times when my parole officer would come out to the house, they want to know what part of the house that you got access to. And that's the part of the house that they're going to search. They want to know where all your stuff is at. So my parole officer knew that that bag was mine because um, uh, they knew that I was always on the move and I always kept that bag with me. So doing the search of the day I got arrested, that's the first thing they went to. You know, they went to the room that they knew that I slept in when I was there, and they went up there. They found the bag full of weed, and and that's when I told y'all the detective was. I'm sitting on this bed. He's sitting across from me on that bed. The room is filled with all these detectives and stuff. Right, I'm looking around at all this, just tripping like I'm young at this time too. At this time, I'm 21, right? No, I'm 20. I had just turned 22. I had just turned 22, right? So I'm looking around like I'm trying to figure out like what's going on, like because I broke down this story to y'all how all this how everything led up to this moment in a show that I already did. So if y'all get the opportunity to go back and check out that show that I did called My Last Day on the Streets as a Free Man, right? That's a good show. So, but anyway, um, yeah, I remember sitting there just tripping while this detective is talking to me, and he's telling me like he received like all kind of anonymous phone calls saying that I did this and I did that from several different people. He had all this evidence, all these witnesses, and this and that, right? And um, how he pulled the weed out the bag and was like, "We're not tripping on this. You know, we not tripping on that. 9 times out of 10, that's gonna get thrown out. You feel me?" He like, "This is what we focused on. This right here." And he ran down the laundry list of things that he said people was accusing me of. Right. So bam. Now I don't got nothing to say about it because I don't know nothing about nothing. Right. So bam. They like, all right. So bam. They read me my rights. Right. Read me my rights and take me to the police station. Right. Bam. I told y'all in a video how that was taking that ride. Right. And what was going through my mind at that time, being back in the being back in back of a police car, handcuffed up. They read me my rights and told me that I was being under arrest for um uh first degree, 2 counts of first degree homicide. Right. So just try to place yourself in the mind state of a 22-year-old that is getting told that, and you know how the detectives is gonna try to play with your head. They're gonna try to play with your mind, especially if they see that you're young, you inexperienced, you ain't been through nothing. That's how a lot of these young dudes end up crossing themselves up. You know, some think they're smarter than they really are. And these detectives, man, the system is designed like a couple of steps ahead of us every time. And it's proven every time that their system is designed a couple of steps ahead of us. And you are not going to outsmart it. If you're going against that, right? You call yourself rebelling and going against it, well, they going to push even harder back, right? That's been my experience. You feel me? And anyway, I just remember, man, like trying to figure out in my head, like, what could have led this in my direction? You feel me? We got to guess. We got to guess. Oops. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Face the Music. Shout out to Face the Music. I'm finna hand it over to my bro as soon as we get situated. I just wanted to bring to y'all my experience about, you know, getting arrested for unaliving, right? A 187. And the what was going through my head at the time, what I was feeling, like I said, I was trying to figure out as a 22-year-old what kind of could have led them in my direction, right? I was cool with everybody within my inner circle, so I thought, right? So I thought, and I'm not, hold up, but anyway, you know, um, I was just confused. You know what I mean? More so than anything. Because, like I said, I within my inner circle, I thought everything was good. So I don't know, you know, what could have inspired, the chain of events that led up to all these detectives hunting for me. And I remember the day, just as clear as it was yesterday. Like I told y'all, being around the corner from my mother house, me and my homie, I was leaving, right? Rest in peace, the homie B, right? Being around the corner, we going to pick up his son from school. Just so happened his son's school is right around the corner. His son, and my little brother went to school together to that same little school. So I used to go up there and pick my little brother up. Sometime I pick up the homie Dan's son. You feel me? But just so happened that morning I went with him. We in his car. We went to go get his car tuned up, and we went and picked his son. And when we went to go pick the son up, we parked in the parking lot. We see all these police right around the corner from my house, like a gang of police cars, right? And me and him having the conversation back and forth about like tripping, like that is a lot of police, right? So I'm telling him, I'm like, that might be for the essays, man. Essays be out here tripping, talking about the Azusa 13s, right? I say they always got something cracking out here, man. They might be out here for them, right? Up until a few seconds later, I see my parole officer hop out the car, hop out of police car. I'm like, oh, I tell the homie from out the Dina block, I say, oh, I said, that's my parole officer, cuz, right? He like, what? I said, yeah, right? So bam, now, now, my chest is like pounding, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't even think straight or nothing. You know what I mean? So I just remember like I don't know, man. So I told y'all how that led up to me going back to his spot, calling my mom's, you know what I mean, and her telling me that all the detectives was there, my parole officer was there, this and that, and blah blah blah, that they was looking for me, right? I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So bam, I'm like, all right, don't even trip. So bam, that's goes back to when I told y'all I was walking through the apartments and seeing the police cars driving all through the apartments and nobody seen me walking while I was walking through here. So anyway, now fast forward to being in the back of the police car after being charged with homicide, right? Being read my rights, thrown in handcuffs, and back in the police car, taking that trip from my mom's house to the police station, right? Back to the city where the alleged crimes happened. So bam, sitting and go to the substation, right? I told y'all that part about how I walked inside the substation, and one of the first police I see is this black broad. I'm not gonna say her name, but this black broad that stayed right down the street from me. She was a police, and her little kids used to play with my little brothers and sisters, right? They stayed like a couple of houses down from us. And her husband worked right across the street from where we stayed at in this little meat factory. We got like a gang of little factories out there in my city, in Monrovia. But on the street that I stayed on, one side was all houses and on the other side, all factories, right? All kind of different factories. So anyway, well, I knew her, she knew me. So as soon as she seen me walk in there, she was like, right? And then all the other police that was in there, they start clapping, right? No cap. They start clapping. So I remember tripping like in my head, while I'm young, right? In my head, I'm like, F all these F and that pigs, right? In my head, I'm saying I'm tripping, right? So bam, after going through that, then I remember them taking me into this room where like I remember like everything being digital. It wasn't like how it was the last time I had got arrested, right? Just tripping on the whole fingerprint process and all this stuff. Oh, and mind you, when they arrested me, they put bags over my hands, right? They put little plastic bags over my hands. So when I got to the police station, they did the gunshot residue test on my hands, like with little cotton swab stuff and all that, right? So, and also they took all my clothes, put it in evidence for gunshot residue test also. You feel me? Uh, yeah, they took all my clothes right now. Remember when they arrested me at my mom's house, I told y'all how I had that jacket. So when I took the jacket off, I laid it right there on the floor. So they never messed with the jacket. So my little brother ended up getting that jacket and start wearing it, right? And just so happened, him and the homie from Altadena block get in a high speed chase. I told y'all how the homie from Altadena block was on the run already for a couple of attempts, attempted 187s, right? He was on the run for some cold stuff, right? He used to always, we used to chill and kick it every day. Cause like I said, he stayed in the same big apartments where my mom stayed at. So that's why who I bought all my weed from. I go to his house, we'll just smoke all day, every day, play video games, and him and my little brother, they making most of the money because they got all the customers. I'm fresh out of prison, but they the ones that put me in the games. That's where I started getting all my weed from. So bam, um, yeah. But the homie, he was on the run for some cold stuff. So him and my little brother ended up getting in a high speed chase. Right? When they get in the high speed chase, hold on, cut this off for a minute. I'm still here. They get in the high speed chase. My little brother had that jacket on. He ended up getting arrested wearing that jacket, my jacket. Right now, the reason why that jacket was critical is because they were saying that I was known for wearing this specific jacket and was known for carrying a assault rifle concealed inside that jacket. So I guess when this alleged crime was supposed to have happened, or crimes, that jacket was supposed to have gunshot residue all over it, right? In which they never was able to test until way later on in the game because they had to go get a warrant to go to that police station that my brother got arrested by to get the jacket. They had to get a warrant to go to this police station to get that jacket, right? So ended up doing all that, ran the test on that, came back negative. Ran the test on me, came back negative. I'm in the county jail going through all this though, tripping. Like these people were actively trying to build a case against me. They are trying to do me in for the rest of my life. I had a million and one thoughts going through my head in every direction possible. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who was coming at me. I didn't know who was out to take me out. None of that stuff. All I know is it was coming from me actively. And I'm sitting in the county jail living every second as it played out. You feel me? And I just remember my mind being in a complete whirlwind. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to J Dub, SGV. What's up, Brody? Shout out to my boy Beach Boy. Send my love and respect to all of y'all, man. Shout out to Miss Golden as well, my beautiful co-host and woman. Love and appreciate you always. And shout out to my boy Face the Music. who is on. You feel me? Hey, I'm finna hand it over to you, my nigga. Do what you do. Momentarily, I'm gonna be going off screen because there's some other stuff going on in here, but I'm still here with you though. How you doing
All
though,
right.
Faith?
Well, I'm all right, but I can't hear myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you. I can hear
You
you.
can hear me? Oh, all
Yeah.
right. No, no. I'm working on my technical thing. I had it all. It was all working together. I could play music through my other computer. I did all that, but then once it switched over to your YouTube channel, I got none of that, and I can't hear myself. I
Oh,
can hear
okay.
you. I can hear you, but I can't hear myself. I had everything set up. I could have played music. I could have made beats. I could have did whatever right now, but it switched up.
Hey,
But that's cool.
Miss Golden was asking me during the last show, was you able to play music? And I told her, yeah, but she was having some technical difficulties then.
Yeah, I just figured it out but like I say, I figured it out for my YouTube. But then when I click on your link, all that shit, all the whole connection just it turned into something else. Like right now, I can hear you on my headphones, but I can't hear me on my headphones. You know what
Oh,
I'm
that's
saying?
crazy.
Yeah, I'll figure it. I'll figure all that out. You know what I'm saying? It seemed easy, but because I had it, but then I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
shit, you're gonna
man.
get it together. You're gonna get it together. We
Yeah,
got
little by little.
we got about an hour to do it. But what's happening though, man?
Just the
Let the
same
people know
stuff,
what's the
man.
latest and the greatest.
Well, right now I'm just working on. That's why I was gonna show you some of the stuff I'm working on. Right now I'm working on creating music creation lessons. See, I can hear myself coming back for some reason. That's all right. I'm working on creating music creation lessons for the church that I teach at, and so it'll be the class will be how to transform emotions into musical creations. So we'll be going over a lot of gogi stuff really in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm breaking down a song right now about anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And like the difference between because sometimes it's like, are you are you going through a panic attack, suffering from some kind of, are you just scary, or you got ADHD? It might be a kind of it might be a blurry line. So to get to like to what some of the symptoms are, so you can tell, excuse me, so we could tell the difference on what's what, so you know what to deal with in yourself, and we know what to deal with. So like certain stuff, like both things, like ADHD and regular anxiety or panic attacks, whatever, all both of those have worry involved, but it's worry for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? So to diagnose somebody that might be, oh well, he nigga talk about he got ADHD, he need to just hold on. If he focused and worried about a whole bunch of different shit at once and can't focus on one thing without going to the next and then connecting that to how to worry about something else, excuse me. I'll get all this together later. And then where, you know what I'm saying? Then that's more than likely ADHD. If a person is focused and worried about one specific thing or just normal everyday stuff, it might be just regular anxiety, but then it might be OCD. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how far does that go? You know what I'm saying? So just,
Did it say he needed an example to understand what you were saying?
all right. So let me put this. I see. I had the song. What the song say? I'm writing without writing now, so I'm like writing as a recording, so I can't just pull it up right now and look at it. But it's a all right. So maybe I'm just a hella scary dude all the time that you might think. And it's like, oh man, I don't like going swimming. Like that's in the song. Like, I don't want to get in that pool, man, because that's the kid. I mean, that lifeguard, he a fool. I don't trust him. The water look kind of choppy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I wouldn't go in that alley. You know? It's like that's a normal anxiety. That's a normal level. And somebody might go far with that just because they embrace it more or whatever. Okay, so but now ADHD, even though we both might be worried, And I might be like, hey man, I don't want to go in that pool right there. But it's like if I'm like, man, I don't want to go in that pool right there, man, because the water's kind of choppy, but I do need to get in that pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get in the shower first, because first they make you take a shower. But damn, man, I always, every time I'm in the shower, all right, so let me think. I need to go to the house because I forgot to get the soap for our house, for our shower at the house, which needs to get fixed. I need to get that fixed, man. I do not have the money for that, and I don't. This is ADHD. This is all over the place. One thing leads to another. It's worry about things that connect in a chain. It can spin out. That's ADHD because I'm not. My focus and my worry are both connected. So now you get into other things like how do you react? Do you get into a frozen zone? Do you freeze up? You know what I'm saying? Like some people might freeze up because the gun's in their face. Some people might freeze up because the dishes need to be washed, the bathroom needs to be clean, and the car needs to be clean. You know,
Yeah,
it's the same. It's
he says, can we get an example instrumentally, and how does that relate and dovetail into music?
That's the thing. I can't get that. Next time when I got my music hooked up, see, I knew it. I knew to have it hooked up. See, I knew that was gonna happen, and I was ready for a demonstration because that's what I'm gonna be doing with the kids. When they ask a question, then we gotta explain it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta show it up
Yeah.
on the screen. So this is like if we start off from the last conversation, we was talking about like things that I would need to know, like AI, computers, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So now we talking AI because until I get the funds, or we at the church, until we get either the funds or we get the right talented volunteer help to create educational videos, I have to use my tech.
Explain in detail right now what it is that you need. You know what I'm saying? Because Diddy did it say so. Basically, you're talking about vibration tones and and how it resonates.
Well, no, not really, but that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Or if you asking like what the class is about, I can break down what the class how the class will work. So the class is it's kids from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, right? So it's different workshops depending on the age, but it's it's an 8-week course, and it's just a day on 2 hours on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend for the summer, and what we're going to be going through is we're going to be first tackling what are good emotions, what are bad emotions, how to recognize things that we feel and how we feel. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, then simultaneously, though, we will also be learning how I personally take emotions that I'm dealing with and deal with them through creating music. So through either it could be making the beat, it could be just playing a sound. Why do I keep getting
Yeah,
this feedback? I have no sound in here. Um, it could be through writing a rap, like I say,
we can
creating
hear
a
you.
beat.
We can definitely hear you.
All right, it could be through writing a rap, creating a beat, uh, playing an instrument, joining a drum circle, drumming by yourself, humming, chanting, praying, musically, whatever it is, musically. That's how I deal with stuff. So I could take you back to where the idea came from. The idea came from, and let's go back to Free Hen Dog, man. Free Hen Dog again. For real though, not just talking shit. Um,
That part.
yeah, um, I remember Hen Dog had a celly, and you probably know who I'm talking about. And I didn't particularly like the dude just because we two different type of people.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Hold on,
Yeah.
keep going though.
All right, yeah, I didn't particularly like him just because we was two different type of people. And ain't no secret, he knew I didn't. Hold on, I gotta fix this mic where it don't keep falling down slowly. But he knew I didn't like him, and I knew he really didn't care about me too much because we was two different people. I mean, we're supposed to be. So um I remember, if you recall, like I used to be outside a lot. I just be serious all the time unless I'm playing basketball. I'll be serious all the time. And I'm playing basketball, I'll probably be playing hella aggressive and mad, dunking on niggas and yelling, you know what I'm saying? But um most of the time if I'm outside, if I'm not rapping or something, I'm just watching the homies back. I'll be more security minded. So I might have a weapon on me. Most well, I had a weapon. I was gonna have the weapon on me just by me wanting the weapon, not because somebody told me to have the weapon, because I felt the need to have that weapon. So sometimes, I mean, most of the time I just be kicked back. I don't be talking to nobody too much. I don't be joking or nothing because I felt kind of awkward. Most people, in the gang situations are cool people. Me, I never consider myself cool, even though people might think I'm cool or whatever. I mean, that's just because that's the type of people you might feel as cool as, like a person like me. Sometimes I don't know why, but in my head, I'm always like I'm out of the loop. I'm not really tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just minding my business. So that's how I was most of the time. And I just tripped. I was tripping. This was, you got to think, at the time, I'm 24 years old. I'm thinking like, why is your celly always, and this is what I ended up telling Hen Dog. Well, why is your celly always joking and laughing at me? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't talk to him. I don't understand it.
Hey,
And
he was in my opinion, he was an asshole, right?
yeah.
For lack of a better term, he was, bro. Because he used to
Well,
be like that towards, he used to, when they drink,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
really, really, really when, man,
yeah. And that was the problem. Is like, because we'll all be out there drinking, but
yeah,
I'm the person that if the homies is drinking, I'm not drinking. You know what I'm saying? So then the conflict came, is like, you might be drinking and having a good time when I'm trying to watch your back, and you trying to bag on me or say, like, kind of like trying to ridicule me, like I'm slow, or like I'm not worthy, or I'm some kind of weirdo or something, right? And I'm
yeah,
like, whatever, because I am a weirdo. So I'm like, all right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you don't got to keep pointing at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to be a weirdo. Shit, fuck you. So anyway, I love the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. I would have killed somebody for him. Pause. But I would have killed somebody for him because that was my position. But so then for him to be, I just didn't get it. Like, we just like, it was a personality disconnect. And I did what, in normal society, we'd go to elders or go to a big homie and be like, hey, help me with this issue, man. I don't know what to do about this, man, because I feel some kind of way, but I don't know what to do about it. You know what I'm saying? So, read that in a minute. Hold on. So I go ask him, hey, man, what's up with your celly, man? I really feel like he dude picking on me or something, you know what I'm saying? And I don't get it. And Hen Dog was just like, well, beat his ass. I'm like, no, 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 I'm not saying all that. He like, well, then what are you telling me for? I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So then
hey,
he said to
hey,
me this, huh?
hey, you, you know what I remember about him?
What's
He
that?
always used to brag about how his hand was fake and how it was all metal and how he used to always be knocking. You remember he used to always say that?
I never heard him say that. I
Yeah,
don't
bro.
recall that. He had a fake
Yeah,
hand.
yeah. He said it was all metal.
Sound like
He
some
said
shit he
it's how.
got from Dolomite. Y'all believe that shit? Anyway, so Hen Dog told me, Hen Dog, oh, Iron Fist Hen Dog and shit, Golden Arms, told me,
Yeah,
uh, he was like, yeah, man, we'll beat his ass. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to beat him up or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, he like, hey, he like, hey, well then, write a rap about that nigga or something, man. He said, man, cause he said, that's what you do anyway. That's what everybody know you for. He like, that's something can't nobody beat you at. He was like, I'm like, all right. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I'm just write raps about niggas. So a lot of shit, I stayed out of a lot of trouble just because that one shit that he told me that one time. And for the rest of the 24 years, I stayed out of trouble because a lot of times, like I said, like with Bear, like I was finna, and I'm not talking shit out of place or nothing, man, because I told the nigga the same thing I'm telling y'all. It's an entertaining story. These are war stories. This is how I'm telling you how it happened. We in the cell. This my cell. That's your cell. Um, yeah, I would have. I wanted to beat the dog shit out of Bear, man, because he was picking on somebody that. Come on, man. You the type of nigga to get picked on. Don't pick somebody to pick on, because then now the bullier is on, and the person was my celly, which and he was a non-affiliate, but he was like, he was just trying to mind his business, but just he got caught up because of I don't know if you remember the little dude K. He was a big nigga though. K from Bakersfield and shit. They had set him up, and this one I was in the hole. They had set him up and got him stabbed up by some little dudes, but he didn't really get he ended up like taking the knife off the dudes and beating like 3 of them up. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
one
But
of the dudes involved in that named Suge?
I don't know. I know who orchestrated it, but I ain't gonna say who that was. But it was just some shit that he had going on the other yard that it followed him because somebody decided to set him up and rob him now. But now that he added with a whole car, basically because they like, well, shit, he's still around and he still ain't did nothing. And T Dog, you remember T Dog, right?
Which one?
From Trey 57.
Yeah.
Yeah, when T Dog was in the hole too. Me and T Dog was in the all right, and then me and the dude K, we was about to get out the hole the same night. On the same night, you know what I'm saying? And we was on A yard, we was gonna get released to the overflow building. So this after the situation on B yard in the day room. Did you see that situation? With me and Throwdown got on Sonny.
Sonny, what's Sonny?
Sonny, the old dude that run around everybody, they be playing basketball, talking shit, and yeah, you don't remember when I got on Sonny? That's how I left the yard.
Yeah.
We
I got
broke
all
him up.
about
Yeah, we broke him up under the tower and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there where I was saying where you were saying throw down, knock Hustle Man out right there in the pile of clothes, and everybody got away from his ass.
Hustle
He was
Man had
talking.
black eyes for like 2 months from that.
That's because he was talking with his hands. So you don't do all that shit. He was like, "Hey, look, man, boop, bap, boop. Hey,
But he was asleep,
hey,
Hey,
hey."
the cold thing about it, right before that happened, Throwdown had just came to my cell. He had you remember he had a big old bag of weed.
Yeah, I know. I was a celly.
Yeah, he had a big ass bag of weed, so he was just showing me like all these 50 bars and shit he had in the brown bag, right? But he was faded. So at right when he leave my cell after showing us that shit, we hear get down, right? They like, man, Hustle Man over there sleep, standing up against the wall, laid out, snoring, right, and shaking. And then after a while, he ended up falling down head first, bam, right? Really messed himself up, right? I think that was the last time I seen Throwdown after that. And then I ended up seeing him like a couple of years after that in New Folsom.
Now me, Throwdown had left the yard with me. We both went to the hole together. Then he went to Lancaster.
Oh yeah.
I went to AR. He went to Lancaster. But anyway, the dude, so T Dog, we finna get out the hole, and T Dog yell at me, "Hey, Faith, hey, do me a favor. Hey, Selly up with the homie, with the little dude. He bigger than me, but he like, he's a young dude. Selly up with the little dude and look out for him. I'll explain it to you later." And then I'm like, "Hey, well, didn't he get touched though?" He like, yeah, but that was BS. I'll explain it on the kite. Just do me a favor and just sell up with him. So then I sailed up with him. I got the kite. T-Dog broke it down like, oh, no, they was robbing him, lied on him, say, or just, a dude kind of had a shot caller position over there and felt like robbing him and used his power to do it. And nobody had to know why. So then it's like everybody knew it was BS. So he wanted to put him with me just because. So I get over there, you know what I'm saying? I pull him in. He explained the situation to me. Okay, yeah. So fast forward, he ended up working behind the wall with Bear. And Bear had already been like, me and Bear, if you rapping this shit, you fucking with me. So, and we in the same building. So, it was the overflow building. So a lot of times it was like, me and Bear, I think Bear was the porter. So a lot of times if they say lock it up, for escort, then me and Bear go lock it up in the same shower. You know what I'm saying? You pull the shower clothes and just lock it while they escort somebody by it in there, let y'all out. So while we in there, he'd be rapping, we'd be rapping, he'd be telling me his new songs. And he told me this song, man, called Splash. Do you remember that? Splash.
I don't remember that.
Splash was, I don't know why he felt like locking up in the shower and telling me this song, but Splash was his sexual song. Nigga, I don't want. I don't. Why are you asking me? Hey, tell me how this sound. Look, and he talking about licking booties and all kinds of weird shit, right? And I'm like, man. And then he asking me how it sound. I'll be like, I'll be nervous about anybody. Like, I'll be telling like, even in I wouldn't be a good football player or anything, because in the locker room when niggas be like, oh man, the old girl had the yams out. I'll be like, it's like, what you trying to do? Make me hard or something? Why are we talking this? Why are we giving each other these visuals and shit? Let's cut that out, man. I can see if I was a female, you two like, hey, yeah, listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, and then my body's so glistening while you're listening. I'm like, oh, yeah. But I'm not. I'm a dude who like, nigga, you fat, nasty sex beast. Why are you? But that's cool. I was like, whatever. He had some other cool shit that was, you know what I'm saying? So
he knew
anyway.
how to rap though. He did. Know how to rap.
Yeah. No, even he do. He know how to rap. The shit that he can remember. So the nigga was at my cell.
He used to be messing up a lot.
Yeah, he at my cell drinking.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. That's when I used to drink. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I'm a-hole. But I'm listening. We just talking. But he was like, he said something to me. He said, out of the, I think it was out of the side of his ass or the back. One of them, it was either out of the side or the whole of his ass. He said, yeah, face, but really, you good rapping, but you really can't beat me rapping and shit. That's what you really can't do that at all. I'm like, homie, are you listening to yourself? Nah, I mean, you cool, but man, you can't, you really, your songs be this and that, but they really not that cool. I mean, you can't really get down
that was
like
his
I do.
Exactly.
I told him, nigga, get away from my door. Nigga, I'm gonna light your fat ass up the next time I see you. I was drunk. It took me, and when I'm just like the same thing with Throwdown, the nigga offended me so bad that I went and wrote a rap and came back and remember. With Throwdown, I went and wrote a rap about that nigga. I'm walking from school. The nigga told me what he told me at the gate, and I walked in the building for count time while I sat on that motherfucking toilet and wrote that verse on that nigga the whole time. Lebo's sitting there like, hey, big dog, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Big Lebo listening to it while I'm writing it. I'm hot. I ain't even ate. I went straight this lunchtime. I got to go back to school. I'm come in, boom, I'm writing. Lebo, hey man, shout out to Throwdown. I don't want Throwdown to come knock me out or nothing later.
That's the homie, man.
But this shit was funny. It was funny what Lebo said, cause he be having, Throwdown be having. He used to have he had some seizures or something like. He had epilepsy or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lebo was like, "Hey, big dog, don't do him like that. He be having seizures and shit." He like the homie be having seizures and shit, man. You don't want him to fall out of.
Cold,
He was
cold blood.
serious. He was serious though. He was just like, it might shock him so much that the nigga passed out. And I was like, man, fuck that, because of what he said. Look, remind me of the bear thing. We're gonna go in order. Let's talk about this throwdown battle first. Cause I'm gonna tell you the verse. You know, I'm an elephant. I remember everything I ever wrote. Thousands of songs in my head. You name the verse, you name the title of it. It'll probably take me. Once I get the first 3 words, I got it. Throwdown. I'm coming from school. All right. So before that, one day, Hen Dog and all them outside. You know, I be, creased up, got my little shit cut. Niggas be like, man, you look like an essay or something. Nigga got long ass socks and motherfucking cut off ass jeans and shit. I'm like, man, I'm in school mode. We go to school in there. So, you get dressed for school. Come back, homie's like, oh, it's Throwdown right there, and I'm right there. Hen Dog specifically said, oh shit, both of y'all niggas right here. Want y'all niggas rap or something? Bust a concert or something. Like, cool. So then we going back and forth. We not battling or nothing. We rapping for the homies. I'm on my way back into the building. You know what I'm saying? From school, we just rapping for the homies. You know how I do. If you switch subjects, I switch subjects. You switch subjects, I
Hey,
switch subjects.
let me set this scene real quick. Now, when he say he's rapping for the homies, right? The homies from Compton and Watts was deep. They was the just as deep as were on that yard, right? And what they like to do, a lot of them is drink, right? So when they drinking, a lot of times they're gonna be out on the yard drinking, right? So if they not drinking and playing basketball, they finna be over in their circle, and they finna call the homies that they know can rap over there, and the homies is finna go be performing for the homies and shit, right?
Yeah,
It's
we be
been
by
plenty
the
of
gate, by
times,
the handball court. We had the
yeah,
gate by the handball court.
at the gate by the handball court, right? You got a crowd of homies from Compton on this side of the gate. You got the other homies on the other side of the gate, Rome and all them, Samoan Rome, them Park Village, all them was over there, right? They drinking. This is how they did it, right? So when the rapping and all that shit go down, you finna hear them call a few names. Face Face was like the he was the sniper. He was the finisher. He was the closer. Cause he finna come snipe everything that's over there rapping. They call me over there. They call Hap Dog. Shout out to Hap Dog. They call Hap Dog over there. Uh 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 Throwdown, right? Face was the sniper. Go ahead, finish, bro.
And the little dude, what was the little dude used to do the beats and shit? I think he's from Long Beach. Any beat you want, and you just say it, here nigga bust it. He'd be bop, and he'd be
Uh,
clapping. He'd be beating his chest,
yeah,
beat
yeah,
bopping
yeah,
and clapping, and it'd be loud. It's like a
yeah,
stereo. You know what I'm saying? So we had the music and all of that.
yeah.
Not half dead. Psych. Was it Psycho?
I think it was Sight.
Psycho? Yeah,
I
Psych.
think it was Sight.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Psych. He from not little Psych from North Long Beach. Another nigga
No, no,
named
no, no,
Psych.
no.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had just regular day. Hen Dog got quartz coming out. State soft, and then bringing them the quartz of lightning out. They just burn them for him at this point. We all out on the yard just waiting for bottle service. We get bottle service at the gate. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna
Yeah.
bring us all
It
the
used to
lightning.
rain.
Hen Dog going down and shit. Pass it around. Well, you know what I'm saying? So
They
we out
drinking
there.
quarts of moonshine, people. White
Yeah.
lightning is moonshine. Quarts of
Hen, hen dog had down a whole quart of lightning, and then hand it back to a nigga and tell him that shit was garbage. If you think about a
it.
quarter, and I done tasted the shit he talking about as garbage. A quart of lightning is literally
Fact,
like drinking a fifth of vodka. This nigga would
fact,
drink the whole shit and then hand it to a nigga and be like, that shit trash. I ain't paying for
fact,
that one. Bring some better shit. So anyway,
fact.
the homies all just chilling at the gate, enjoying life. And they see me, and Throwdown was already right there, I think. I think we was both in school. And they called us over there and like, hey man, y'all both right here, man, bust some raps. Like I say, we go back and forth, we do our thing. It was just a fun little time, maybe about 20 minutes. Then they called in the line. I went in the building. I was done. I was coming from school. Next day, I'm coming from school, and some nigga, a random nigga, I forgot who the nigga was. I think he was from IE or some shit. He was random. He wasn't he wasn't a homie. He was like a nigga that I know but don't deal with all the time. He came, he was like, hey, face. He came, he was on the other side of the gate. You know what I'm saying? Throwdown was on the other side of the gate. He was on the other side of the gate. He said, hey, face, hey man, Throwdown burnt you up out here? I said, who told you that? He said, Throwdown said that y'all battled out here and he burnt you up. I missed it. Throwdown told you that? Yeah. Throwdown, come here. Not just like I'm bullying the nigga, but I was niggas know with some rap shit. I used to tell niggas, hey, I treat rap like gangbanging. So don't steal nothing from me. Don't do nothing, cause I'm gonna try to fuck you over. I'm physically. Don't do no weird shit. Don't diss me. Wrong, none of that shit. I'm gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is my shit. I got locked up in some hip hop related shit. I'm you know what I'm saying? And I did it the whole time and I came out doing it. It's my life. So like, hey, come here. Hey, how you telling somebody that you burnt me up when that happened? Oh no, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. Who said I said that? This nigga right here. Come here. What did he say to you? Oh yeah, I was just in the building right now. You told me that you burnt him up out here. Oh no, I didn't really say that. We didn't really battle like that, but I feel like I got the better of you, and I feel like every rapper should feel like he the best and all this shit. No, you shouldn't. If you're not the best, you shouldn't feel like you're the best, or you should just feel like you're delusional. You're not the best. I'm the best. It's already been said. This ain't a conversation we had, but this is how I'm feeling. I'm giving you my attitude. Now back to the conversation we did have. Hey, homie, how you I know I'm looking over here, but number one, this because my screens was over there. But I'm sorry, it's better I can see you. But homie, why you tell people that? Oh man, well I feel like this, that. All right. Well, I feel like that's a lie. Well, we got the right. He probably said something like, "We got the right to feel how you know how Throwdown is. You got the right to feel however." All right, in line, boom, go in there, sit on the toilet, pull out the legal pad in the pen, in the jail pen, go crazy on it. and my style, I don't know why people think I'm not. I don't know why people choose to. I think homies and people in the yard usually hear me say so much black conscious shit that they think that that's what I do, but it's really that's what I sacrifice the stuff that I really want to do a lot of time to give you some stuff that you need because of the situation we in. But I always had one thing I always had, and this is a good story to go on later about like gang banging raps. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was talking about, I think it was you talking about the gangbang tapes, you know what I'm saying? Like hood tapes and shit like that. So it was like gangbang raps. I had them, but niggas didn't know, but niggas figured I did. But it'll always be like a blood dude that'll be like that come up on me on the side and be like, hey, bust some of that gangbang shit. I know you got it. Bust your old shit. I'll be telling them my shit this too hard. I don't give a fuck. I want to hear it. I'm like, all right. And all the time, they just want to hear that. They want to go back, nigga. Yeah, I'll be slide this. Woo, woo. They like, not tripping. I want to hear it. But anyway, I go in there. I'm really a battle rapper, though. That's my shit. If people know me from San Diego, I'm a house party DJ. I'm a gangbang house party DJ. That means I'm going to come to your party, whether you Crips, Bloods, or whatever. I'm coming to your party DJing. You know what I'm saying? That was in Skyline and East Dago and in the coast, wherever. If y'all hire me, I'm going to come over there and niggas know me. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm also, like I say, a battle rapper from downtown San Diego. Niggas know me from battling at the bus stop, battling at the boxing gym, battling like, you know, a movie type of like 8 Mile type shit back in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like downtown San Diego was battleground. You could be from anywhere. You get off that bus at that bus stop on 5th and shit. Everybody there, Bloods, Crips, the Skyline niggas, the West Coast niggas, the neighborhood, downtown, everybody right there, and me. And if you shake a leg, nigga, you gonna get roasted out here. So anyway, I'm known for that, but people in prison don't know me like that. That's something when they just meet me. So I guess motherfuckers think. But the first thing I am is a comedian first. That's why I'm a good battle rapper. First thing I ever wanted to be was a comedian. So yeah, I just went comedy on a nigga, man. And then I used all of my skills, and this getting full circle back around to this class. You know what I'm saying? I used all of my skills because I wanted to punch Throwdown just because I felt like you lied on me. But I can't punch Throwdown. Throwdown's a homie. And then all the repercussions and shit that's going to come from me punching Throwdown. I mean, some shit already just happened from us battling. Some shit that it just started up until it snowballed later into the incident with T-Rock and remember? With T-Rock and them. And it was 3 on T-Rock. But that all started, the animosity from that started from this battle. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So me trying to just be nonviolent about it, you know what I'm saying, not penalize you for not knowing that I'm a dingbat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a J-cat. I'm a straight J-cat without the medication. Because I'm saying I want to think about doing things crazy. I want to go outrageous. I'm like, if I feel a little offended, I'm like, man, I need to throw this nigga in a trash can and just put water in that motherfucker and roll him down a hill and kick the shit all the way down. It's like I'm thinking, what's the most I could do bad? You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to entertain that state of mind. So when I was locked up, when I felt offended, I did what Hendog say. This is just a little bit after Hendog told me to write the rap about the other dude. I didn't write the rap about the other dude. I felt like he wasn't worth that kind of energy. But I didn't. The first one that it was this. So I went in there, wrote that shit. The nigga Lebo was like, "Don't do it, big dog, please." I was like, felt like I was like, man, let me go. When they let that yard out, I went over there. I don't know how I even got to his side of the yard. I got to his side of the yard and immediately, remember he was on the yard crew. He had the little sombrero on.
Yeah.
And
kept that sombrero on.
Yeah. And he said, so then I called him, all the homies over there. It was Charlie, T-Rock. It was Lil Charlie from my hood. T-Rock from Palmer.
Yeah, I remember Lil Charlie. That was my nigga.
Cooley from Palmer. But then it was also Ghost from Nutty.
Remember Ghost from Nutty?
Lil Joe from Nutty.
Lil Joe.
And what was they homie? It was another homie from Nutty. I can't remember his name. I remember I told him, hey, you want to hear that new Dr. Dre shit? He was like, fuck that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Anyway, but yeah, I called everybody over there out of the weight pal, and then we went right there by the curb. No, we was at the weight pal first. That's how I got in. I got in the weight pal. And I did the shit. I did the shit while we were sitting on the curb. Everybody was sitting on the curb. And part of what I used to do, I studied comedy from, you gotta say, preschool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be up all night watching stand-up, all kinds of Laurel and Hardy, any kind of comedy. I used to study comedy. And I used to like impersonations and impressions. So I'm good at impersonations as far as like, I might not be able to do your whole voice, but anytime I imitate a nigga, like I'll be doing it, don't even think about it. And they be like, you really be paying attention to people, huh? Cause you like, that's how that motherfucker be moving. And that's how I'm like, yeah, nah, I catch all that. So here go. Let me
we used to record him saying all kind of crazy stuff too. When we be in our sessions, we'll record face saying all kind of crazy. You'll hear us up in there dying, falling out, dying.
Nigga doing characters and shit. I be imitating y'all motherfuckers and shit. But
exactly.
And I'm gonna definitely give everybody a name. But like your boy cough him up one lung and shit. Well, what was that nigga? Was that cartoon?
Cartoon, yeah,
That
cartoon.
nigga said we had it on tape and shit. They were
Yep.
like, excuse me, I only got one lung. Nigga, like what? Because he was smoking. We were smoking weed, and the nigga didn't blow no smoke out for a while, and then he just like got, he was like, and then some smoke came out. Then they like, excuse me, I got one lung. Like, nigga, that's wild. You got one lung. Why?
Hey, bro. Hey, I remember that like yesterday because when he said that and you responded the way that you did, I remember us all falling out on the floor laughing at. Hey, he even had to fall out. Everybody in there just simultaneously just fell out, dying laughing. That shit was
Nigga
so
was like,
crazy.
you ain't gonna die in here, is you, nigga? Don't nobody get this nigga no more weed. We smoke
Hey,
with you
yeah,
on the yard in front of
yeah.
witnesses, nigga.
We didn't want to pass it to him no more.
No, this nigga is impossible. He got one lung and he's living and smoking. You're impossible, nigga, man. You like an impossible burger. You shouldn't exist, nigga. But anyway, here we go.
Hey,
So look.
funny.
So yeah, so let me set it for you. So the verse makes sense. Throw down. Real Compton nigga. East side, west side. He got ESWS on his neck. That mean the whole Compton. Or it might mean the whole of his hood. Either way. East side, west side. Might mean Crip. I don't know. I never asked him. I know I focused on it. It was ammunition. So also, I recall being highly aware of how much Throwdown sounds like DMX. And I'm talking style, voice, content. DMX guy. If you never heard DMX, then it was just a hella coincidence that he was born a nigga that just exactly like this nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? So what I hit, all right, so let me see. The DMX thing is important. The east side, west side thing is important. I don't know anything else is important. But what I told him was, DMX called. He told me that he wanted his style back from Wildcats. East or west, nigga, where you at? Jaw jacking. Talk about you fading me. And we ain't even battled yet. Nigga, save the beef. There ain't no industry, nigga, that can fuck with me, nigga. So how the fuck I'm gonna get faded by a yard B, nigga? Please, nigga, retreat quicker the next time you raw. Would have thought I was a joke the way you broke your jaw. Trying to get some free props the way Tim Dog did it. Knew my shit was biting your ass, but you wouldn't admit it. Rule 7. If you're not humble, you fumble. Fucking with double edge in the rumble. You want to see me crumble, stand in line, cuz join the club. Right behind the fucking clan, gay boys and bloods. Hold on, let me let my wife come in the house real quick. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna be right back.
Hey man, listen, man. Listen. Now y'all see why I called him the sniper. Why he because when he came into the rap circle, he would come with stuff like that. And even more colder and more vicious than that. Them rap circles was cold. If you didn't know how to rap, come on, man. You in a circle with people like him. I've been in some of the coldest circles. Him, my guy 16 to Life, Chill. I don't want nobody to feel offended, man, if I don't mention them. So I'm just gonna stop there because it's been so many different rap circles that I've been in part of, and so many guys that I've been blessed to meet in those circles from everywhere. So I don't want to slight nobody. You feel me? I've met a lot of people, you know, due to the, you know, being able to rap. But this guy right here was probably one of the coldest ones to do it. One of the coldest ones to do it.
Hey, I forgot the little blood dude and shit. I remember he gave me my nickname over there. He said, "You know what, Nick? I think his name was Peanut. He was from the jungles."
Peanut, yeah.
Yeah, little
Peanut.
skinny dude. He told me, he said, you know what? He said, you know what, Face? He said, you know what your name is, nigga? You shut him down, nigga. You shut him down, nigga. And that was my rap name, bro, in that yard for a while, was Shut Him Down, because that nigga was like, nigga, shut him down. These niggas. And they just, man.
Peanut is the one I was talking about the other day. They used to be over in the rap circles too. The Blood.
He was more like a fan. He loved hearing a nigga that's good.
Yeah.
You know? But the throwdown shit was DMX called. He told me that he wanted style back from Wildcats. And I say, DMX called. He told me that he wanted style back from Foulcats. East or West, nigga, where you at? Jaw jacking. Talk about you fading me. And we ain't even battled yet. Nigga, save the beef. There ain't no industry, nigga, that can fuck with me. Nigga, so why the fuck I'm gonna get faded by a yard B, nigga? Please, nigga, retreat quicker the next time you raw. Would have thought I was a joke the way you broke your jaw. Trying to get some free props the way Tim Dog did it. Knew my shit was biting your ass, but you wouldn't admit it. Rule 7. If you ain't say Rule 7, if you not humble, you fumble. Fucking with double edge in the rumble. You want to see me crumble, stand in line, cuz join the club. Right behind the fucking clan, gay boys and bloods. Bumbleclot, why not versatile him, kill all of me, call him whoopin' and chatter while me drop the bombarder with the fub. I ain't dropped enough verbal stuff to keep up with your one style and growl to stay rough. Be a hub, nigga. Show me love, nigga. Don't challenge me, battle me. Nigga must be living in the fallacy and all that. Oh, you burnt me up? Ain't even go down. The only nigga said that shit, name was Throwdown, and you didn't have to do that shit. Just can't nobody fuck with Hub City because you blew that shit. You want beef, nigga? Pfft, better bet that shit. Yo, little Charlie, can't believe this nigga said that shit. You want beef, nigga? Pfft, better bet that shit. Yo, T-Rock, I can't believe this nigga said that shit. You want beef, nigga? Pfft, nigga, bet that shit. Yo, Cooley Cut, I can't believe this nigga said that shit. And I just went on like all the homies and just, but he got stuck. His homie, now look, he got stuck. He got stuck. I think partially because he was at work. You know, you're the yard crew, nigga. You're supposed to be doing this, that, going, running in and out the building. Nigga, I'm come for battle. I'm not at work. I'm here for war. And he like, oh, his mind was two places. But also, I don't think he seen that coming. Also, I think the shit was that good that, and I'm just talking for myself. Also, I think the shit was that good that the nigga just felt like whoever the hardest nigga. All right, so I'm thinking of I can't think of these fighters and shit that Tyson fought. But before he fought him, I'm pretty sure they was invincible in their mind. And then that nigga punched him and they realized it was another level out there. You know, I believe that's what happened with Throwdown. We can ask him, you know what I'm saying? He ain't resting or nothing, right? He's still alive doing this stuff wherever he at. Yeah, we can ask him, you know what I'm saying, in a post fight, but I feel like he got a new respect right there and felt a whole nother level of power. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga shut down and he kind of froze up and went to panic mode, and then it turned into a freestyle thing back and forth, which that's what you definitely don't like. He good with the writing, but he went freestyle, I think, on me or something. And now we going back and forth, and I'm just, to me, if you ask me, I'm tearing his ass up. It ain't really nothing for him to do but go inside. So then they call inline or something, and he went walking away. And correct me if I'm wrong, Throwdown, but I'm gonna tell it the way it happened. And the way it happened, shit. He was walking away, going into the building with his sombrero on, but he was rapping as he was walking away. But he was kind of rapping like yips, and like, you know, like as if this is my last shot and ain't no answer to this. And he said something about, yeah, nigga, and he was like, yeah, I go in the building and get a knife and come back out and whoa, 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 whoa. So I didn't say, you know, hey, what the homie said, hey, rap about it. So while he walking off in the building, now mind you, he walking away. I gotta yell now if you're gonna hear it. So I yell something about like, cause we still rapping. I say something, yeah, this nigga in this bitch ass nigga in the sombrero, right? I yelled that. Something is bitch ass nigga in the sombrero. That nigga stopped. Everybody stopped. He turned around, came back. That was immediately a meeting. We right there, but they have like this. The nutties having a meeting, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it's just rap shit. You know what I'm saying? But his homies was just felt like, nah, you can't let him disrespect you like that. So we kind of had a conversation about, how far the shit can go. You know what I'm saying? I kind of explained to like, man, what I'm supposed to do. I understand he probably panicked was freestyling. That's just what came out. He ain't got that kind of control. Maybe I do. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't. Everybody don't freestyle that much to where they can say what they gonna say and what they not gonna say. That's why I say if you're gonna be a freestyle artist, you got to have a clean mind, clean heart, because it's gonna come out eventually, whatever it is that you're trying to hold back. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, Damu, yeah, I do remember, bro. He did, yeah, he did come over to that yard. Yep. Shout out to Damu Robbins too. That's my bro right there, man. Neighborhood Drive, IE.
so
Big
yeah,
chat.
so yeah, so that yeah, shout out to them. Hey, so yeah, that happened, and then like I say, it ended up, we settled it, but it just was animosity right there between, me and them, but not really them, just me and Throwdown, really just rap animosity. But then some other animosity got sparked in there that I had no control over. Cause
Mm.
now you got T Rock, rest in peace, which is T Rock is a gorilla. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I tell you one thing about T Rock that I know, and I knew him for some years. I seen him all up until right before he passed. I seen him after he came back. He had got shot in the face and all that. I seen all of that. You know what I'm saying? T
I
Rock, the one
first
that
met I first met T Rock in 1993.
hmm, I first met him.
1993. Me and him used to hang together. He got me in a lot of trouble, bro. He got me in a lot of trouble because he didn't take no BS from nobody. He was a young rider, extremely aggressive, and I remember like him socking out everything. So with that mentality and me being with him every scene, his mind just clicked, bam. Any type of disrespect, you look at him too long, any of that, he taking off. Ain't finna be no talking or back and forth, none of that. So as a young dude being with him like that, you know what I'm saying? That I was like, wow, okay. And
So
and
so do the
that's
do the math. Do the math and check the dynamics. So if we was on the street, what just happened here was I popped up to battle a nigga in his hood with my entourage, and T Rock was in it. You know what I'm saying? I came to battle, and this is how we used to do on the street. Like niggas used to bring niggas to my hood to come battle me because they felt like, hey man, this little nigga got a name on the street. This is like when the death row shit popped and shit, like right before I got locked up, like
yeah,
94 and all that. Like the whole streets is the Compton is just about like rap moguls and shit. Every nigga got a sack, got a label. They seeing who it's like they battling niggas against each other. They taking niggas to this hood, that hood, and trying to get somebody to ride. You know what I'm saying? And I had it shut down and seeing Compton as long as I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but but yeah, T Rock was. You'd be surprised that T Rock was the one who finally told me uh to stay out of trouble. I
mm,
didn't see that coming from him. Like after he had got shot in the face and all, it wasn't that he softened up or nothing either. It was just that he just gave me some good advice. I'm on a level 4 180. He was on a level 2 and he was in the gym. But I had access to go in and out. Kern Valley had access to go in and out at night because I was doing the program, the Edge program for the kids. So I'm the secretary. I got the typewriter. I can go in and out all night. So I go catch up with him on the yard. And yeah, man, he told me, he was like, hey, Dame, he gonna call me Dame. He was like, hey, Dame. He's like, he said, man, they letting homies out. He's like, man, I just came from out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's like, it's homies that been locked up a long time. They letting homies out. He's like, homies with L's, they letting them out. He said, man, and you know what? He said, you need, it's your turn. He said, with all the stuff you doing, all the stuff it's your turn. You deserve to get up out of here. He was like, man, you need to let all this other shit go. You know what I'm saying? And get up out of here. It's your turn, Dame. And I was like, oh, well, man, the homies got this going on right now. And I'm just as long once they get that together, I'm going to help them. He was like, hey. He said, hey, Compton going to do what they going to, like, they going to do the same shit whether you there or not. You got to focus on yourself. And that's to set me on the path to actually mapping out a way out. Remember, it wasn't no board. Like the board was this when word was coming back that no, they let niggas go. Cause first they was letting niggas go first. And then we
Yeah.
had to figure it out. Then you had to figure out, it's some new shit coming, some new rules and rules. So they was trying it out. And while they was trying it out, T-Rock let me know, hey, nigga, they trying this out. You be one of them people. And I took that as like the same way because T-Rock, I don't care. I don't even know how much older T-Rock is than me, but that's my big homie. You know what I'm saying? So I just took it like another directive. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let this shit go right now. Get your ass out, do your shit. And if you remember that song, had can a nigga get a herb? And the whole yard be like, herb, plus everybody. I gave that to T-Rock when he had got out, and he was, you know what I'm saying. I had recorded it on the tape and sent it out with him, and he used to rap it and all that. You know, he was doing this shit with Gorilla Black and all of that. But
Yeah.
it's just, and some people had heard it, told me, yeah, man, I heard that shit that T-Rock had the herb song, man, but it ain't like you do it and shit. He do it different. Like, oh, all right, but yeah, so in the bigger scheme of things, T-Rock was who I had in my entourage, so I felt protected to say whatever I was gonna say because I know what I'm gonna do as long as I got the right help. You know, I just felt like with the throwdown situation, I felt like this rap shit was too serious for me, and I can only imagine how other homies who don't got it, like who ain't thinking like that, might be like, oh, this nigga finna get us in a full wreck over some damn hip
People
hop.
don't understand how serious that situation was because here it is. You got two powerhouses. You know what I'm saying? Throwdown wasn't no pushover dude. Neither was T-Rock and your entourage. Neither side was no pushover. So that was a cold little situation going on right
and we
there.
were
That's what
and
people
we
don't
was
realize.
all and we was all
All
homies, but we
on
was
the
just
same page.
splinters, different splinters in the same board. So
Exactly.
it's like at this point we wasn't gonna be homies. My homies was gonna side with me, and your homies was gonna side with you. And for some niggas over some rap shit, that ain't worth it. But for people like me, I understand. Like I used to trip off Pep. Pep used to put hundreds of dollars on me with niggas in the circle. And I always knew what the mission was. I always knew the mission was I represent the voice of my homies. That's why I'm big and bad and boast on my shit because that's my homies with big bad OFH. You know what I'm saying? So I'm big bad. That's my style. It's big bad face. And I'm not gonna lose. Compton ain't gonna lose. So I'm just not going to. I wasn't designed to. I'm not from a place that has that. So it's just like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick, he wasn't gonna lose. Nobody even doubted that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like think about people like T-Rock, Throwdown, all them niggas understand that we speak up like I'm so that we ain't killing each other. You know what I'm saying? So uh the shit that I'm on Netflix. If you look at, it's called The Evolution of Hip Hop. It's a documentary series. It's the whole hip hop from beginning to end. It's a bunch of episodes. If you look at the Pass the Mic episode, I think it's season 3 or something. If you look at the Pass the Mic episode, go to 420. If you fast forward it to 420, then you'll see me there. You'll see me in a position to represent my homeboys. But it was some shit, controversy behind that. But the shit that got cut out of that was me going in on Quick. Do I know Quick? No. Was I in contact with Quick? No. quick enemy of mine, yeah, just because he's from enemy hood, but we wasn't even really at war or nothing. But you know what I'm saying? But in this game of intimidation, in this game of throwing threats, your Secretary of State who gets on a plane that goes to another country to make sure that to threaten them and tell them, hey, if you do this, then we're gonna bomb this shit. That's me. I'm the Secretary of State. You the Secretary of State for your hood, or whoever they deem the most powerful voice. You feel me? So
Yeah,
in that, me and Throwdown battling for who speaks for Compton.
exactly.
But we also battling who speaks for the hearts and bodies and minds of the blacks, because we're the motivational, we're the drummer in the Civil War, we're the pace. You know what I'm saying? If it's war, boom, 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 we gonna go off when it's time to run. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When it's time to kick back, we gon' you know what I'm saying, sipping on gin and juice, lay back. We gonna relax. We gonna put you in that mode. We responsible for that. For those who
exactly.
know that, you know what I'm saying? For those who don't know that, shame on you. You know, but if you know that, it all started from, fashion. These my colors, ready for war. Now let me take you back to New York when the rap shit started. The rap shit was, okay, the nigga got killed. Excuse me, not the nigga, but the Puerto Rican. I think it's Puerto Rican. The one dude, Peacemaker. He got. Give me a time check real quick. How much more time you got?
We got about 5 more minutes.
Okay, so the Peacemaker, between these warring gangs in New York, when like you think, just given how the story is, L.A. is a gang problem. They say New York was worse than that. So with the gangs first, so their gang problem was solved by a dude got killed trying to break up a gang fight.
Yeah,
A good dude from somewhere got killed trying to break up a gang fight. The gangs came together and said that, hey, instead of fighting each other, we agree that we'll deal with this shit by the poet laureate system. And I don't know if they said it like that, but I'm telling you, I understand the poet laureate system. The poet laureate system is that my kingdom and your kingdom, every kingdom has a poet. That's the top nigga in your shit. So they got to battle to get that position. They got to be well respected, got to know what they talking about, got to get the audience cracking. You know what I'm saying? So I got a poet laureate. I got somebody who I'm going to send to go to battle for my country, for my kingdom. You know what I'm saying? With another poet. So that we don't have to go to physical war. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is serious. But we gonna go at this shit with this battle. This is real life. This is shit that happened. And then in the end, when it's deemed who won, who had the better points and all of that, the loser gets killed. So you rap or die. You feel me? So in that I understand. So now they sent up their best rapper against your best rapper instead of me beating you with a baseball bat and a chain and taking your colors. This is my colors. You know what I'm saying? Taking your colors, which is your patch on your jacket, your shit. That's why I say they always say the hip hop has 5 elements. Hip hop has 6 elements. Fashion was actually probably the first element. They never say fashion, but niggas was dying over the fashion. Niggas would kill you and take your jacket and go hang it up in their clubhouse. Niggas would
take
kill,
your
and then,
jacket, take your shoes, take your
yeah,
shoestrings.
yeah, niggas was patching their jackets with their gang. You know what I'm saying? All that and custom making jackets and shit. Like I custom make all my shit. I wear my own shit. They was wearing their own shit. And then so now I have pride in my shit. You kill me and take it just to celebrate some gang shit that probably is to the point generations in that nobody even understands where we started with this. So to take it back, they said we're gonna agree to have this rapper laureate system, basically where we're gonna rap against each other and we're gonna respect that. But send your, so it was like now it's like the Warriors. Send 5 of your guys. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna send 5 of our guys, and everybody else can send people, and then we're gonna watch this shit. And the respect comes from the nigga who had the shit to say the best, instead of the nigga could punch, because anybody could punch. Your stupidest homies punch like a motherfucker, and then then you gonna say we respect the puncher. All right, we respect. So we're gonna all follow the puncher. We're gonna follow a stupid motherfucker because he can punch you. No, let's follow the brain. Let's follow the nigga who has the brain and can punch stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's follow the nigga who has that type of respect. So like to end this is like I understood that mission and just real quick it popped in my head when I was in Tehachapi and it was like I was on reception. It was a dude rapping name Two Pistols or some shit like that, and another dude named like Gunshots or Revolver or something like that, right? And we used to all be rapping, we entertaining everybody. And I remember the older homie said, older dude said, he said, man, he told them, he was like, man, you name Two Pistols, you name Gunshots or whatever. This nigga named Dame, and he harder than both of y'all. He like, y'all should hang them names up. Y'all listen. And he told them, like, y'all listen to this little dude right here. Stop doing what y'all doing. Listen to that little nigga. I'm like, yeah. 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 And that's the
Uh,
arrogance, and that's the arrogance you got to have. It's like, that's the confidence you got to have to be a lyricist, and let alone be a lyricist in prison fighting for your life and all that too. But
exactly.
then
That
that
is
nigga
true
Dub
fact.
C. Dub C say, niggas like hearing rap, and I ain't saying I was soft, but for the next 2 years I was rapping
I
my
was
ass
rapping
off.
my ass off. Hey, that was my shit right there. For real, for real. All right, yeah, man. We finna get ready to get up out of here though, man. Face, I appreciate having you on yet again, my brother. You know what I'm
For sure.
saying? It's always a pleasure, man. You always come with the bomb heat, bomb stories. You feel me? To add on to a lot of the things that we presented at the round table, man. So it's definitely always a pleasure having you. We would definitely have bro back again. I promise you that. You feel me? Go ahead and shout that out.
That's that face to face. That's the 440. See, get you some of this. Before I go, I'm gonna just tell you. See how I just took that hit right there? Now I'm gonna do this. I'm at lunch break at work, right? I'm gonna do that. See that roll on right there? Boom. I'm gonna take that right there. I'm gonna put that like this. Whew, and that's the 440. I call it 440 because, see, no smoke. If you're smoking at 420, then at 440, you ought to be hitting your hands with some of this lunch break shit. Go ahead. Back to what you were saying, though.
On that that
And
part,
it
man. Hit him
and it
up if
smell
y'all want to get some of that.
and it smell like the beach. No shit. It smell
Yeah,
like
hit
being
him
in,
up.
no shit. It ain't female. It ain't male. It's just a scent. It dissipates in about 15 minutes. It don't clash with your cologne or your perfume, and it take the smoke straight off of you, so you can walk into anywhere. I say, don't walk into the facility making it smell like a dispensary.
Hey, y'all can hit us on Instagram, man, if y'all want to get some of that 440, man. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
I definitely forward the messages to the homie. If y'all can't get in contact with him yourself, it don't matter which one y'all get in contact with. The messages will get to him, though. But yeah, we finna go ahead and get up out of here again, Face. It's always a pleasure having you, bro. Thank you. Send your wife, sis, mine,
For
as
sure.
always.
She said to
Feel
tell
me?
you, hey,
For sure, for sure. But yeah, man, and to the roundtable family, man, hey, I appreciate everybody pulling up. I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all night. Thanks to all the y'all that was able to make this live. Shout out to all of y'all that's able to catch it later, man. It's all love. I appreciate you all. Now take these stories in, inhale them. You feel me? Do what you got to do with them, man. Even if it ain't relative to you personally, send it to somebody, share it to somebody that you feel that it can, help in some way to be informative about some of the subjects that we talked about today. You feel me? But on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe, stay vigilant out there. Let the people that's in your life know that you love and appreciate them while you can, because tomorrow is promised to none of us. Appreciate your freedom, people. Appreciate your freedom. On that note, I'm gone. I love all y'all. Till the next time we meet at this round table, triple gang.